Hello, welcome to Inside the Mind of Diesel. Today is a special day because I get to spend this time with you all. And, I got a lot of great feedback, from some people that watched and gave us some good feedback from the episode. So we're going to continue on to do what we do. So this week, we're going to go inside the mind of Florence Scovel Shinn, a metaphysical teacher. She was born in Camden, New Jersey in 1871. She was a great artist, like a visual artist, and she used to make like picture books or children books or some type of art book. Uh, Especially around World War II, she made visual art for a lot of people. That was her business, and then she stumbled across publishing her own book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. And we're going to dive deeper into that. But first, I just want to, get started with, guided breath meditation and left to right breathing, and setting our intention for this episode, setting our intention for what's to come, and just setting a clear intention for what we're going to experience today in class. So remember, before I talked about we're going to do active inhale, when you swirl it around, wiggle around your shoulders, get it around the back. And then when you release, remember it comes out the mouth. And you want to inhale, release. We'll do that 3 times. And then we're going to segue to different segments of it. So right now, I just want you to active inhale. Inhale in. Inhale in. A little bit more. Just wiggle around the body. Get it around. And release. Inhale. Such a beautiful practice. Such a joy to do this. Inhale in. A little bit more. A little bit more. Get it around. Start to think about, what you're going to learn today, what you're going to learn that you didn't know. How can it possibly affect your life? Let it go. Last round. Inhale in. A little bit more. A little bit. Move it around. Stand still. And don't hold it on too long. Let it go. Now we're going to do alternate nostrils, Kapalabhati. So you're going to exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You bring your stomach in, your abdominal exercise here. Let it go. Inhale in. A little bit more. Swirl it around. Release. Second round. Swirl the breath. Free the breath. Release. Last round. Let it go. Inhale. Inhale. Hold still. Release it. Inhale. Release. Come on up. So I want you just to bring your hands like this. Fold them. And we're going to do left to right breathing. So you're going to inhale through your right nostril or your left, depending on how you see this. So you're going to inhale. Exhale to left. Inhale through your left. Exhale to your right. I'm just going to do that for a couple moments. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Plug. Exhale. And the way I learned is to place it on some type of blocks. And we usually stand up. So continue to inhale and exhale. So find a comfortable position so you can do this. The right side is your masculine side. The left side is your feminine side. Couple more moments. Release. Take a deep inhale. Release. Now we're going to learn about Florence Scovel Shinn. She created 5 books, The Game of Life and How to Play It. the secret door of success, your word is your wand, your magical path of intuition, and when we learn these different books, we're going to learn different quotes, different affirmations, different things in our mind, different stories that I might have to share, stories from the book, how I learned it, all these different things. So we want to be mindful and be open into listening, active listening to what we're learning today and what you're hearing and what you're receiving. I want you to ask this question. What must you let go of in order for this information or this study, this lecture, this class? What do you have to let go of so you can understand it? Do you need to let go of distractions? Maybe put your phone away, close the door, being intentional. What is that for you? It just depends on you and what your body is telling you. Let's set our intention for this class to be a very intuitive class, a learning class, and hydration for the mental. And to our muse, Florence Scovel Shinn, let's talk about her different, inspirations as well. Come back to the breath. As we begin to build some sensation back and begin to just wake our body up, like I said, let's set our intention for intuition. And let's begin our class. Open our eyes. It feels so amazing when you begin, a show, especially this type of show of inspiration. You build like some type of mindful practice. So when we come in here, you're not just, overwhelmed. And we're taking our steps, baby steps to learning. So again, I talked about Florence Scovel Shinn being born in Camden, New Jersey in the year of 1871, way before our time, but not that long ago. Anyway, she moved to New York City and created all the different musings that we're going to talk about today. And, if you read The Game of Life and How to Play It, Your Word is Your Wand, The Secret Door to Success, The Power of the Spoken Word, The Magic Path of Intuition, which I'll talk about that later. That was some writings and expert that somebody found, a book company, or somehow they got it, and they made sure that Louise Hay at the Hay House book company received this information and they wanted them to publish it. And so, let's first talk about my favorite book of all time, The Game of Life and How to Play It. So when I was introduced to The Game of Life and How to Play It, it was around the year of 2016, around December, around this time, late December, going to the new year of 2017. I was driving home with a friend of mine at the time, and my friend encouraged me to listen to it. I was like, like, why are you telling me this stuff? And, kept encouraging me to listen to it. So the whole car ride home, we're listening to The Game of Life and How to Play It, the audiobook. And I was like, wow, this is so much profound information. I didn't know this. Like, I knew, like I said, the secret, all that stuff, but that was just like, a movie. Now I'm getting books and details about this stuff, about, how you can, the power of your thoughts and the words that you say, affirmations and things of that nature. And, just stories about positivity and how you can change your paradigm and your lifestyle. So I'm driving home and, I got introduced to this book and I kept reading it. I kept listening to it and I really started like get drawn into it more. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's speaking some truth here. Wow. Why was I never taught this growing up? And I don't know if I was ready, because it's powerful information. There's a lot of good nuggets in there. You can learn so much about positive thinking and, how you can change your destiny, your path, and, stories about, positivity and, even negative, like how you take a negative and turn to a positive. You know, it talks about, how to rule over your thoughts and affirmations. And, it's a couple stories that I want to share that really is very profound to me. So in the book, Florence was talking about how somebody came to her and he needed some money for his business and no one would give him a loan. And so she's doing her work with him and she's telling him, that because he's saying that he don't have enough time to go, that the bank closed on the weekends early, and that no one would give him a loan and the money for his business. So she said, you're gonna, and God, she was telling him God is never too late. God is always on time. So the guy, went like on the subway, I guess it was in New York, traveled to the bank, and he just made it 10 minutes before. And he walked in and he said, I came to receive this loan. I came to receive the loan. And he received the loan. And he came 10 minutes before. And I remember, like I said, it's your intention sometimes too. Sometimes we think things are harder than what it really is, and, Florence was teaching him about the mindset there. So thinking positive, thinking about the best case scenario, those type of things. Florence Scovel was talking about that when she's telling him how to treat his treatment for him to get this loan for his business, because no one would give him a loan. And I guess he went before or something happened. And when he went to Florence, she taught him how to, navigate the mindset, and you're going to receive the loan, and God's never too late. And he needed to get a loan for his business, and no one would believe in his business. So he ended up getting a loan because he learned about the power of thought, power of positive thinking, and being at the right place at the right time. And he got there 10 minutes to spare. So they're about to close, and he ended up getting that loan for whatever amount of money it was. Another one of my favorite stories out of that book is one of her clients, I guess, was asking about that she's about to get sued for about $2,000, $1,500, or $3,000, and Florence was like teaching her again, doing her treatment, and the girl was asking like what to do, what should she do, how can I get the money? And once again, she said, God is never too late. And plus, the people won't sue you on the weekend. They're going to sue you during the week if you do. And the lady cousin came home, and it was her long lost cousin. He came in and was asking her how his finances, and he told her, she told him what she needed. She needed the money to avoid, getting a lawsuit. And he said he would do it for her, but he was going to give it to her next week. And she was like, I don't want to tell him I need it this day. And then Florence said to her that spirit is never too late. God is never late. And also, Florence is telling her to act wealthy, to be wealthy, to feel wealthy. Go buy that expensive dinner that you really want. So when you're in a situation like that, where you want, and you're going through that type of desperation and whatever that situation you may be in, think about that it's already done. Everything's worked out. That's, God is never too late if you believe. And, that's what she taught, is to believe in faith, believe in the Spirit of God, believe in, that it's going to happen. So that was one of my favorite, stories in that book. And Florence's second book, Your World is Your Wand. Oh, sorry, Your World. Your word is your wand. It talks about your influence of your speaking, like on words and speaking things to existence, and that your word is like you're writing your life out with your words. Your words are powerful. But you got to watch what you're saying and be mindful of what you're putting out there, because what you put out for you put for others, you put out for yourself. And it's just funny that people don't think it applies to them, but what you send out kind of returns. And so you got to watch like how you use your words, and negative, bless those enemies that you have, bless the people that maybe done you wrong with your words, and your words are very powerful. So that book, she talked about, how powerful, your word is. The next book is The Secret Door to Success. This book is really more about spiritual alignment and faith. She brings up different experts or excerpts of from the Game of Life and How to Play It in other books, and and talks about having faith in what you believe in, and the alignment with spiritual alignment there. So that's a good read. The power of the spoken word. So the power of spoken word is big. It's like, wow, like intentional affirmations, and like, again, your words are powerful. So she was big on what words you're saying, all that different type of stuff. So that book is a very good book if you want to dive into it, and her mindset about how like affirmations play a big part into your lifestyle. And The Magic Path of Intuition, which again, that was a book by um, that Louise Hay and them produced for that was published by their publisher, Hay House. And trusting your intuition, and that is magic in your intuition. So Florence was beginning to share about having the intuition and listening to it. And out of all that, like in her mindset, she was telling us about like how our thoughts and beliefs and words have the power to create our reality. I feel like a lot of people, and including myself at one point, didn't realize that you can create your reality by the words you say and what you think. So again, once you know this type of stuff and information, you have to like figure out how to train your mind. And you may think it's a lot of work. It's really just one day at a time. Just start thinking, saying positive things that day. Start being positive about yourself. Start encouraging positivity in your life, and encouraging saying positive things to people that may hurt you. And, I feel like that's what Florence really in her mind was so uh, vigilant about is, the thoughts and words and your deeds play a big part of creating reality. So be mindful of like how you share, how you talk, what you say about someone else, because remember, like it comes back to you and you're really talking about yourself most of the time and all the time. But, just be mindful of what you're saying. And everyone's, a reflection of you in some capacity. So I want to talk about some of my favorite quotes of, these books I read. And when I wrote down The Game of Life and How to Play It, this one came up. Most people consider life a battle, but it's not a battle, it's a game. Wow. Most people consider life a battle, but it's not. It's a game. Wow. What kind of game is it? So when she said that, I'm like, what kind of game? What is it? Like, what's the game? And it's like, wow, that's one of my favorite quotes. Life's not a battle. It's a game. And it's a game of giving and receiving. She talked about giving and receiving. And you want to be a giver. And you're obviously going to receive. But you want to be a giver as well. My next quote that I like was, man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. Man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. So again, what do you see yourself seeing? Are you visualizing success? Are you visualizing great health? Are you visualizing great opportunity? Are you visualizing great connection? Are you visualizing, harmonious relationships? Are you visualizing, those type of things? Or are you visualizing the opposite? So let's understand that you want to talk about things you want to experience and what you want to experience through, again, the thoughts, mind, words, actions. And the next quote, this one is really good. Act as if. Now, didn't we talk about this 2 weeks ago with Neville? Remember Neville was taught, he said, Abdul, I really, really want to go home to Barbados. He was telling him to act as if you are already in Barbados. And Florence said the same thing. Act as if. Act as if you received that great health. Act as if you received that great bonus. Act as if you received that great car. Visualize it, see it, act, and feel it. This is a big quote right here. I have a wonderful work in a wonderful way. I give wonderful service for wonderful pay. Wow. Again, I have a wonderful work in a wonderful way. I give wonderful service for wonderful pay. So you're saying that you give great service and it's for great cost. It's a great transaction, great circulation. Everything is circulation. Money, form of circulation. And that's one of my quotes, right? Because I said that years ago. I was reading it. I was like, oh, I need to say this for my business. And I began to say it. And I was like, wow, it's cool, like how it actually works. Oh, man, that was a good one. So if you go to The Secret Door to Success, let me go to that one. I want to go to that book. The genius within me is released and now I fulfill my destiny. The genius with me is released and I now fulfill my destiny. Wow. Do you feel the power in that mind? Like, the genius within me or with me is released and I fulfill my destiny. So do you know what you're here and your purpose to do? I don't know. You gotta ask. You gotta ask empowering questions. This is why I was telling you all to visualize with Michael Bernard Beckwith. It's like visioning meditation, where he steps and segues you through different segments. What must I become? What must I release? what must take place for me in order for me to go to that level for my destiny. And so that genius can be released and you can fulfill what you're supposed to be doing. The next quote, do not be fooled by the darkness before the dawn. Again, do not be fooled by the darkness before dawn. What's that saying? Don't be caught up in that. Don't be caught up in, man, I'm not going to make it, man. It's dark. It sucks, man. Yeah, I'm going through stuff too. Everyone goes through it. Before I got successful in acting, I failed. I didn't get all the auditions. No, I kept going. I kept going on different sets, this set, that set, until I met my goal of becoming SAG. I had to go through all these different scenarios to get to that goal. And there was a lot of dark nights because I'm like, man, it's a lot of work. But that sunshine came up one day on Empire when Eddie Fernandez gave me opportunity. So again, you got to just punch in the clock. Hey, I don't know if I like saying it like that, but punch in the clock and just do the work day by day, stay in present into the present moment. Okay, the next book of quotes I want to do is Your Word is Your Wand. There's nothing to fear, for there is no power to hurt. There's nothing to fear, for there is no power to hurt. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to leave it at that. There is no loss in divine, and therefore I cannot lose anything that is rightfully mine. There is no loss in divine. So whatever is yours by divine right, you will receive it. So you might be thinking, man, why is this person getting this? Boom, 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 boom. What about me? No, you wish them success. You wish them well, because then you're saying out, you're giving out that same vibration to you and frequency. I want the same thing. So when you shed light to people that are doing better, you just tell them, hey, I'm proud of you. You're doing well. You're doing amazing. So happy for you. That's where we got to be. We have to stick with seeing other people successful, and what's yours is going to be yours. What's meant for you is meant for you and only you. So you got to remember that everything is meant for you. Everything is meant for whatever that's meant for. It's meant for you. So don't get caught up in the wind with that. Stay focused, stay grounded, stay accepting, stay humble, and you'll be okay. And you wish them well. The next quote I want to do is Power of the Spoken Word. Where is those notes at? My quotes. The only person to change is yourself. The only person to change is yourself. Again, the only person to change is yourself. So are you going to change yourself? That's a good question. You got to ask yourself that. Because like everyone blames everybody. Oh man, it was his fault, your fault, your fault. No, it's you. You got to blame you. Can't be in the victim stage. You are the reason. When you are undisturbed by a situation that falls away of his own weight, when you're undisturbed by it, because when you're like telling yourself that you're undisturbed by it, you're not giving weight to it. You're not giving problems to it. You're not giving like situations, like you're not like allowing it to bother you. And when you're unbothered by it, things unbothered away from you. So you want to be mindful, like how you allow situations to come in your life, because it could weigh you down. It could weigh like a ton on you, like a big weight on your stomach or on your body. So you got to be mindful of how, are you putting energy towards it? Are you allowing it to feed you? Are you allowing it to grow? Are you allowing it to bother you? So those different things you got to think about. And once you start to understand that those things doesn't really bother you, it's okay. It falls away from its own weight. So today we wanted to go over that important segment, because that's going to help you with direction in your life. give you some feedback. Make sure you read those books, and make sure you just stay, caught up in, your routine practice, whatever routine you have. Stay devoted, stay vigilant in your practice, and be sincere. You got to think about Olympian athletes. They train every day, and they get up whether they feel like or not. That's how you have to do these type of works. You have to do it whether you don't want to do it or not. So it's very important that you continue to do the routine that you have to build every single day. So I just want to say I'm so honored and grateful that that you all are here. You all are learning. You all are growing. Today, like I said, we went inside the mind of somebody I love and admire, and hopefully encourage you on your success. Make sure you check out the books. Make sure you subscribe to our channel here, and we're looking forward to growing, expanding, and being that light for you. Encouraging, be around encouraging people, be around people that love you, be around a community of people that's going to uplift you, and so you can go to a level of your destiny. So I will talk to you guys later. See you next week. And guess what? I'm out, baby.